friends, we wish to speak with you about a familiar topic, but one that we wish you to extend more deeply into your existence, into your life. And this comes back to the aspect of breathing, whereby most human beings see it as a purely physical thing of taking oxygen into your body and allowing it to pass through your heart and lungs into your bloodstream to keep you alive as such. But within the stream of air that you take into your being are the seed and source substance of consciousness itself. And you are able to activate aspects of these seeds with every breath that you literally take. At first, this is suggested to be a very conscious practice, that as you breathe in, that you set certain patterns of the frequency that you wish to have activated. This could be an activation of physical renewal. It could be an activation to bring more peace and serenity into your nervous system, or if you suffer from anxiety, to help relieve and restore back to a sense of balance. It could be aspects of spiritual awakening or self-realization. It could be a sense of courage. It could be a sense of perseverance with whatever tasks are laid before you. But consider the breath as being a potential smorgasbord of all kinds of delicacies and specialized foods of which you are about to partake into your body, and that your mind may be able to activate the core essence of each of these aspects before it is taken into your body. This is a very powerful practice, and one that will become increasingly recognized upon your earth. Just allowing this resonation of breath, and also I'm having this picture of breath again, being like this in the form of a figure eight or a lemniscate, from above to our center to below and back and around. Also taking the point of view now that the breath can also contain whatever it is for you to step above the next hurdle in your life. For it to uplift your spirits above, let's call it, the lower nature of your earth life, the mundane nature of your earth life, so that you may look at circumstances in your life more readily from an eagle's point of view, where you are literally spiritually above the frequency of earth, but that you can descend into the earth to make changes and adjust the circumstances and the perspectives of what it is that is in your life. That part of the struggle with humanity is this push and shove, literally, between the attempts and the effort to sustain yourself in a physical existence, whilst on the other hand, finding and connecting with a true life purpose, to find the joy, to find the understanding. Part of this effort that your soul is going through is a preparation for future times when existence will be comparatively, significantly easier. But what is required to prosper in such a state is this underlying strength that your soul is developing, particularly in the incarnation that you are currently in, where life is generally not easy. Why is this the case? If a soul incarnates or is conscious in a state of ease and comfort, then it generally just exists in that state. There is no current or flow that is necessarily pushing them or guiding them or taking them in a particular stream. And what is required here is a conditioning of your soul whereby you are being propelled on a current, which may be a torrent, and that your soul is becoming accustomed to a flow. It is becoming accustomed to pushing against the current when needed to strengthen and fortify itself, and essentially becoming the source of its own momentum. And herein lies the key to future lifetimes. Having a human soul that is able to self-propel itself in states that could be otherwise quite neutralizing to its progress. And the human soul is here to experience different aspects of reality, to understand what hardship may mean, to understand what enlightenment may mean, and then to understand all the colors of the astral or emotional rainbow that we all experience and are all becoming part of a soul family, and a family that may rise above the limitations of the soul, the forces of the soul, the turmoil of the soul, but to still enjoy the emotional freedom of a sovereign light being. So part of this lifetime that you are currently in is essentially preparation of your soul for future times. And we thank you for your patience in receiving this. Now, there are a number of spiritual guides who are present within this group, and there are a number of them who wish to, let's say, immerse themselves with you, to share experiences and wisdom, for them to understand more about the condition of human beings in physical life. And if you are open, you may welcome one of our celestial beings into your presence, knowing that we are watched over by Archangel Michael and in a setting that is very protected, but also open to sharing and experiencing divine presence and divine aspiration. Being at one with the spiritual guide who's presenting, invite them, and then just be open to any messages they have for you or any energy activations that they may provide for you. Your guides in to blend a little bit more deeply. You may understand their thoughts, read their thoughts, and they may understand your feelings and your difficulties. Feel free to ask your guides any questions. Feel free to allow them to take you out on a trip a little bit further out into the cosmos. You may have a sense that you're sailing through the stars or sailing over a landscape. Allow them to take you. Just breathing the frequency right down into your feet, right into your arms and hands, your back space. And just bring yourself back into a waking state when you're ready, and open your eyes once more, have a sip of water. Back to the earth plane.